Hi, this is Racebum, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Dpower stove that I recently bought from Amazon. I'm not going to be going into the specifics of the stove because there are tons of YouTube videos out there that have already done that. My review is going to be a comparison of the Dpower versus the Trangia alcohol stove. I've done some research on YouTube and I did not see any videos on what the consumption of fuel is between the Dpower stove and the Trangia stove. My test or review will be, in my opinion, a real-life situation of a backpacker who is just going out for either an overnighter or for a couple of nights. I'm going to be cooking a breakfast. I will be cooking 1 cup of coffee, 2 strips of bacon, and 1 egg. I will be weighing the canister before and after using the Dpower stove. Then I also will be weighing 2 ounces of alcohol before and after using the Trangia stove. I will also be using denatured alcohol instead of heat. I will then calculate what the cost and the usage would be for each stove. So let's get cooking. Okay, now we're going to measure 2 ounces of denatured alcohol. Turn this around. That's 2 ounces, which equals 60 milliliters. And we're at 46 grams. 2 fluid ounces equals 60 milliliters equals 46 grams. Okay, for our first test, I'm going to use the Trangia stove, and we're going to boil 1 cup of water and find out what the consumption is on that and how long it takes. Water temperature is 76.4 degrees. And again, that's 1 cup of water, not 2. Okay, I'm going to call it at 5.5 minutes, and we've got a boil. Okay, I'll let that cool down, and then I'll measure what fuel is left in there, and then we'll repeat the same with the Dpower stove. Okay, this is going to be the canister weight before the test. I have 396 grams. Okay, now for the boil test for the Dpower stove. Again, there's my 1 cup of water. And I'm a little warmer than I was. This is 77 degrees. The other one was 76.4. I think it's close enough. Okay, let's start the boil test. This is the first time I fired up this stove, so let's see how it works. Fired up the first time. Got a heck of a roar to it. You can certainly feel the heat from it. Let's see how long it takes. And I'm going to call that good. At 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Very impressed. Now we're going to cook a couple of strips of bacon and an egg. And we'll see how well the Trangia stove works. I'm going to have to stop the video because my battery's running out, but I'll bring you right back as soon as I replace the batteries. Okay, we're back, and we got some good sizzling going on. Okay, we're going to call that good, and I'm going to put out the fire. As you can see, it's got a still pretty good flame going. We'll let that pan cool, eat what I have here, and then I'll bring you back and cook the other ones. And now we're going to do the Dpower stove test. It's already getting warm. Unbelievable how fast that goes. It's already sizzling. Has it been 30 seconds and it's already sizzling? I need to get some of this oil out. Okay, I'm going to call that good and shut this off. And I'll bring you back after I'm done enjoying my breakfast. Now let's check how much alcohol we used to cook 1 cup of coffee, 2 strips of bacon, and an egg. Scale is set at 0. Looks like we used, or what's left is 20 milliliters. And that's just a little over a ½ ounce. And the weight is 15 grams. Again, that's a little over ½ ounce. $20 milliliters. And 15 grams. Okay, now we're going to weigh the canister and see how much we have used. Scale set at 0 grams. It now reads 367 grams. Here's the results of my test. The Trangia stove used 40 milliliters or 31 grams or 1.3 fluid ounces at a cost of 33 cents. The Dpower stove used 32 grams at a cost of 40 cents. The total time to cook 1 cup of coffee, 2 bacon strips, and 1 egg for the Trangia stove was 17 minutes and 38 seconds. The total time to cook 1 cup of coffee, 2 bacon strips, and 1 egg for the Dpower stove was 9 minutes and 50 seconds. So the Trangia stove was only 7 cents cheaper, but it took almost twice as long to cook. I also can say that the food cooked on the Dpower stove certainly tasted a lot better, and that could be because it cooked the food faster and at a hotter temperature, whereas the Trangia stove had the food cooking longer and sitting in the baking grease longer, making it taste oilier. The pros. The Dpower stove is an awesome backpacking stove. It's small, lightweight, and has its own igniter. It cooks faster and doesn't use much fuel. The cons. The stuff sack that the stove comes with is just not enough to protect the stove or my backpack. I would like to see the stove in a better and lightweight PVC or plastic container. My final thoughts. If you just want to boil water for those dehydrated meals, the Trangia stove would work. But if you're in a hurry and you want to cook more than just water, Dpower stove is the way to go. I'm impressed, and I'm glad I bought this stove and will be making it a part of my backpacking equipment. So till next time, this is Race Bum, and I'll see you on the trail.